Yeah.
All right, let's go, Ryan. Let's do a top 10 list. Let's do a top 10 list here.
So this is on topic top 10 list because we are going to be talking. We had the new championships, the new tag team titles. So we decided we're going to do our top 10 favorite belt redesigns. So this could be interesting because me and you kind of have different likes of our championships. We like kind of like them to look a different way. We kind of have our favorites that are different. So it's going
Yeah.
to be interesting to see where we go with this. So it's obviously the best, not the worst. We're doing the
Mm-hmm.
best, the ones that we think were not very good, and they redesigned it, and we like the new design better.
Okay.
And some of these we're probably gonna make you mad. Gonna, it's gonna say. So you can start this time if you want.
All right, I'm gonna start way off the wall here. Are you ready for this?
Yes,
All right. So remember the WCW Hardcore title?
yes.
Well, when Lance Storm won it, he
Holy
redesigned it. He slapped some Canadian flag on it, like he
Jesus
did that with a lot of them. Well, he did it with a lot of belts, but all right. So Lance Storm, when he won the WCW Hardcore title, he slapped a Canadian flag on it. He called it the Saskatchewan Heavyweight International Title, which you take those letters, and it says,
It's yeah. It's shit.
it's a yeah. So that's how I always felt about that hardcore title. So I'm not gonna lie, I love that redesign, so I'm going with that as my number 10.
Holy shit. Well, that took it a direction I didn't expect. All right. My number 10 is the current TNA X Division Championship.
Ew.
I think it looks better than what they had before.
Well, the last one, yeah,
The
but
green and blue weird ass fucking.
yeah,
I
I
think
can I,
these.
I can
I
see
was
that.
gonna kind of just lump in the entire X Division, like every TNA championship currently, because they're all better than what they were. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do the X Division championship here, for my number 10. The
Okay.
ones look better. The new one looks way better than any title they've had before in the X Division, I think.
Right.
So that's my number 10. Not, it's number 10. Can't be great, but yeah, it's way better
All
than
right.
that green ass shit they had for a while. Or when it was like just like the NXT title.
Yeah.
It's better than that.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go with for my number 9. I'm gonna go with the when the WWE Tag Team Championships, the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, went from copper to silver, and we got two separate belts, and they were silver because I like silver a lot better than copper.
You didn't like the penny belts?
No,
Those things are awful, dude. What were they thinking?
they wanted to be. It was Stephanie McMahon's idea of all people,
It was
and
like
she wanted it to be
ugly,
different.
ugly. They were
Yeah, but
penny belts, and then the
we'd never had copper before,
yeah.
so
Well, there's a reason for that. And then you had the black strap on it, which made it look even just it was like gross. Like
and fucking the guy that designed it when he designed it, he said nobody's gonna like these, and Stephanie was like, yeah, but it's different. It is different.
it is different, but so you ready to be mad?
Yep.
My number 9
Oh
is
boy.
the current United States Championship. It
Uh,
grew on me. Now, I like it because it's bigger than the former United States Championship. The one they had, it was good. It had the flag behind it, but I always thought it was too small. And with this new one, it's bigger. It's got the eagle on it. It grew on me. At first, I didn't really like it. But I've gotten used to it, and I actually like this new current United States Championship more than the former WWE United States Championship. I always thought it was too small, man. The former belt was. If they would have kept the United States, the WCW design, I would have liked it.
mhm.
But that new WWE design, it was way too small for my liking. I didn't like it.
I
I
got you.
it was small. It didn't feel like a big championship because it was just too. This new one at least is bigger, and it's got the little like it. The eagle has a little spot where it kind of shoots out, and it's like an odd shape. I don't know. It grew on me over time, so that's what I'm going with. The current United States Championship.
Okay.
That's my number 9.
All right, you're number 9. All right, so I'm on number 8 now. Let's see here. I'm going to go with TNA. I'm going to go with the women's championship because the first Knockouts title was and I like this newer Knockouts title.
Yeah, their first
I
one.
think I think it looks a lot better.
The first one was white and had the crown on it,
Yeah.
and it just I didn't like it either. The new one looks like a proper women's belt.
Yeah.
The women's the knockouts title before always felt like basically like the Divas Championship
Yeah.
because it had the crown, and it's like, why do you need a crown on a women's belt? Just make it. And so this new one does look fantastic. The new knockouts title is very pretty. They kept the white strap, which I like,
All right.
but it's bigger and it. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. That one's pretty. It's not on my list, but actually, like I said, I kind of lumped all the TNA ones together, their current belts, because they're all kind of they redesigned their whole company. So, all right, my next one, we're gonna go with the ROH World Championship, but we're going. I always the I'm going from the one that they had before this current run. So they went back to the old design. I actually like the design in between better. So the design that Jay Lethal held and Gresham held and all that. That's my ROH championship. The old
Okay.
one was too. I don't like it because it's too basic now. Because I went back to the.
Yeah.
I like the world championship. I thought it was the cool design. It looked like a world title. That old one just felt too small. And now that it's still the
Right.
championship, it just seems too small for me. So the ROH World
That makes
Championship from
sense.
like whenever I don't remember when they actually redesigned it. It was
Yeah.
probably like 20, like 15 or 16 or something. But
Right.
that's the world title I liked from ROH. The other ones just seem too basic to me.
All right.
They're all too just nothing on it. Just a big ROH logo, like, and it's like silver, and I'm just don't really like it.
All right. My next one. Let's see. I'm at 7.
Yep.
All right. I only like this one because I didn't like the other one before it, and I don't like either one of them really. But
Great.
when we went from the spinner belt to the WWE logo belt, I'm telling you right now, I was so happy to be done with that spinner title that
Yeah.
I would have took anything else.
Yeah.
So that's my number 7 is the WWE logo belt, just because it got rid of the spinner belt.
The spinner belt was fucking awful. And the fact that they kept it for so long was
I
suck.
know.
I was okay
They
with
kept.
it being John Cena's belt.
Do you understand? Do you understand that that spinner belt was around the same amount of time as the Winged Eagle title?
That's ridiculous. Yeah, it was around. Yeah, I can't believe it lasted as long as it did. It was such a shitty design.
I
Just
know.
looked awful. It looked
Yep.
like a toy.
And that's why they liked it, is because it was PG era and they could sell all the toys, man.
Yeah, I know, but God, it made it look bad. When Cena held it, I was okay with it because it looked good with Cena.
That's why he held it so many damn times.
But when anyone else held that belt, that championship, it just looked stupid. Like Triple H
Yeah.
walking around with that title and CM
Yeah.
Punk with that title. Like CM Punk should have been the one to fucking change it.
Yeah.
It made no sense while CM Punk held that title and kept it. So dumb. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I'm not a fan of that design either, the current design, but yeah, it's way better than the fucking inner.
Well, you
Fine.
got 6, right? Or 7.
My next one, again, this one's probably going to be a little controversial for people, but my next one is the Attitude Era Intercontinental Championship. I actually like it better than the original design, the Oval Championship.
Oh my god.
I actually enjoy the Oval Intercontinental Championship more than the
I'm about to.
old design. So
Oh
that's what
my god.
I don't know, dude. Like I've always liked the Attitude Era Championships, like all of them, and I think 1998 when they went to the Oval Championship, I like it. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of the bulky,
Wow.
blocky championship.
Wow.
I was actually mad when Cody Rhodes brought the old title back.
Well.
I'll tell you what, when I go to 2K24, the first thing I do is I go back to that design on the Intercontinental Championship. Like I go back
Oh
to the
my
old
god.
title.
Well, let me tell you, you're going to be upset then because my next one was the opposite. Mine was when Cody Rhodes brought back the Classic Intercontinental title. Because I definitely like the Classic Intercontinental title way better than the Oval, and definitely more than this hubcap that they have now.
Yeah, the new one sucks. I will take the classic one over the new one.
It's a fucking hubcap.
It does look like a hubcap. It really does because it even sticks out a little bit like
Yeah,
a
it's a
hubcap.
fucking hub. It's a fucking hubcap.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that was great. We went.
What's your number 6?
My number 6 is the AEW Women's Championship. Their first
Okay.
title was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
awful.
yeah.
And I'm glad that when they went to the bigger championship that they got now, that first women's title was an embarrassment. It
Mm-hmm.
was so fucking tiny. And then they had it, then they went to a little bigger version of it, and then that wasn't good enough. And now they finally got it right with their new world title. It looks very similar to all the other titles in the company, which is good. They got symmetry. But yeah, the AEW Women's World Championship finally got it right after 3 tries. But
I
that
can
first
agree with
belt they
that one.
had was an embarrassment to women's championships. I know what they were going for. They were going for like the Japanese look of women's
Yeah,
championships, but good God, it was awful. It was
yeah,
ugly, so small you couldn't even read what it said on it, and it just looks like it looks like just a belt you would wear to hold your pants up. It didn't look like a championship at all.
yeah.
So that's my number. I don't usually praise AEW for much, but they got it right when they fixed their women's title.
Agreed. My next one's a women's title too. It's when they went from the Divas title to the
Mhm.
WWE logo women's championship
Yep.
because same reason. I was so happy to get rid of the butterfly. I liked the butterfly if it was a mid card title. I didn't hate the design. I just didn't want it to be the main title.
Yeah, the Divas title would work today if it was a mid card title.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
they
I don't
could,
know if it worked today, but yeah, it did
it
for
would
back
work
then.
for like a character like Chelsea Green.
You're right.
Certain characters could make it work, but not everyone. But yeah,
Yeah, and because I was so pissed when we had the both belts, and then they took the women's title and just
got rid of
the
it.
got rid of it and made the Divas title the main title. I was like,
God, it's
oh,
so
it
stupid,
was
dude.
it was the same reason though. They were trying to sell little kid toys, little
Yeah,
girls want a butterfly. So I
that was
get
an
it, but
awful era of titles in WWE. By the way,
oh god, yeah, I'm telling you. Whew.
well, that was my next one.
Oh, okay.
Was the from going from the Divas to the women's because yeah, even though I'm like you, I'm not a big fan of the title design of just a big WWE logo. It is way better than the Divas Championship. So I'm right there with you on that one. Uh,
Yeah,
because yeah, it's that Divas title was the worst thing they ever came up with. And I was so glad when we finally got rid of that and started calling them women again
yeah.
instead of
It
divas.
was it was bad. It was bad. All right, let's see here. My next one's gonna be, you know, I actually liked when WWE brought the cruiserweight title from WCW, and they changed it just a little bit enough that it was its own thing for WWE. They didn't change it a whole lot, but they changed it enough. I liked the WWE cruiserweight title when they first bought WCW.
Yeah, it's very similar to the WCW Cruiserweight title. They like updated it, made it because the WCW Cruiserweight title was kind of like a bland cover color.
Yeah.
And so they upgraded it with some gold. It's same kind of shape, which I
Yep.
like. They kept the same initial design. But yeah, the WCW, something about the WWE Cruiserweight title looks better than the WCW Cruiserweight title. I think it's just because
Yep.
Cruiserweight title was like a off metal. It wasn't gold. And so it didn't shine and didn't have that same pop that the WWE Cruiserweight title did. That's a good one. I didn't think of that. That's a good one. And
All
you didn't
right.
even really notice that they changed it at first. They did it so subtly.
All right.
They just slapped WWE logos on it and upgraded it. But it was so similar to the original design that it didn't. Most people didn't even really notice that they changed it much. That's a subtle design, but it was way better. So I'm in agreement there. My next one again, this might make some people mad, but is the WWE Undisputed Championship when they got rid of the big gold or the whatever was that called? The circle, the Attitude Era title. I don't know what it was called.
Yeah.
Wasn't the big gold because that's the WCW title. But whenever they
Yeah.
combined the WCW and WWE titles and they created the Undisputed Championship, I really liked the design of the Undisputed Championship. I know a lot of people don't, and I know a lot of people sleep on it, but I'm a real big fan of that Undisputed Championship. It was only around for a few years, and it sucks that it didn't have a very long lifespan because John Cena had to come around. But it's one of my favorite championship designs, honestly.
Hmm.
The WWE Undisputed Championship. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because that was when I was like a big fan. It's because I grew up with that. It was more of my era. But
Because you're a youngin. I'm just kidding.
yeah, but I'm a big fan of it. I think it looks cool. It's got the it's still got the eagle on it subtly, but I don't know. The Undisputed Championships is my next one. I really enjoyed
All
it.
right. I like that. All right. My next one is TNA when they went from the NWA title to the TNA title.
That first one, that 1st
Mhm.
TNA championship, it was pretty nice. I do agree.
Yeah, that's I like that. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of sad at first because I liked the NWA title just because of the history of it and
Yeah.
shit. But it had to be done because their agreement with NWA went out and they had to have their own belt. And I like that design better.
The first one was good because it was an homage to the big gold belt.
Yep.
It was a smaller version. It looked cool. They went down a hill and then they changed it when they went to the other one with like the weird ass designs and all that shit when Sting made a new one. But that first TNA World Heavyweight title, yeah, it was pretty nice. It was pretty good. Yeah, I was with you though. I always liked the NWA branding, but that new belt was pretty nice. Seeing Robert Roode hold it, James Storm, all those guys. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
My next one, speaking of World Heavyweight, is the WCW World Heavyweight Championship when they went to the big gold title.
Damn it, you took my number 2.
Yeah, that was my number 3. The big gold when they had, the classic 80s WCW Championship was not very good none of the titles in the 80s were good, honestly. But the WCW World Heavyweight Championship used to be a smaller belt and it just didn't feel special. And then when they introduced that big gold belt, my God, did that change? Like that belt was so cool. It is such a fantastic title. It's so big and it makes it feel so important because it's such a big ass title. So that was my number 3, the big gold championship.
No, mine for all those same reasons because that was my number 2. I think it started out as the International Championship.
It was. They introduced it as the International Championship, and then when they can merge the two together, I think.
Yeah, and then they just kept the big gold belt.
Yeah,
I think that it does look similar to the AEW or AWA title.
The AWA title is fantastic. It's beautiful. But it's like a silver, so
yeah. So it almost looks very similar to the belt.
The same design, same shape, yeah. But the AWA title's silver and just weird. But yeah.
All right, what's your number 2 then?
My number 2 is the NXT Championship. When they went.
I didn't even think about that.
When they went from the Giant X to what they got now, I hated that.
You didn't like the Giant X,
dude? I hated that belt so much. That Giant X felt so. I hated it, man. I did not like it at all. And then when they finally went to this new current design, not the one where they went with the colors, because that's stupid, but the original black and gold NXT that everyone loves, that title is my number 2. The NXT title is not my favorite championship, but going from what they had to what they have now.
You could put the women's NXT title on there too.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But I was actually not the original women's NXT title. I didn't hate,
but it was small. You hate the small titles, right?
Yeah, the original one was pretty well. Now that I'm looking at it, never mind. It was pretty shit because it was pink, and I forgot that it was pink.
Yep.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I'll throw in the women's title too. Yeah. I forgot that they had a pink ass women's championship.
I got a feeling we might have the same number.
I'm pretty sure we do.
But my number 1 is going from the Hulk Hogan WWF title from
the
the
Winged
original
Eagle.
couple of WrestleManias to the Winged Eagle title,
Yep,
because
that's my number one too.
the Winged Eagle title is the best belt in the history of belts.
Winged Eagle title is the greatest championship of all time.
Why it's called a Winged Eagle, I'll never know, because all eagles have wings. But
Yeah.
the Winged Eagle title,
I never thought of that till right now.
with the Winged Eagle title, is definitely the best title of all belts.
The Winged Eagle is such a classic. It's just the perfect. It's like the perfect championship belt. It's got the world title. It's got world heavyweight champion on it. It's got the gold. It's got the globe. It's got the eagle. It's great. I would rank it number one of like a ranking list of world titles. The undisputed title would be right behind it though, for me. But
you're high, my friend. You're high. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, we both got the same number one. I kind of figured we would because it's such a classic and it's just such a. I guess the other one was called the Big Eagle, by the way.
Yeah, it still had an eagle on it.
I just don't know. I don't. Maybe it was because it was like a circle, is why I didn't like that one as much.
Yeah,
but the Big Eagle I was not a fan of. But the Winged Eagle, definitely number one. Going from the small ass '80s championship to what they had. To the
the '80s championship looked like the WCW TV title.
It did, dude. It was such a small belt. It was like a triangle. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You know what? It does look exactly like the TV title.
I know.
Yeah, it was so small. So that was a big step in the right direction to go to the Winged Eagle. So, all right. That's our list. If you have one that we may have missed or you think is better, let us know in the comments of what you think the best redesign and championship ever. Because I'm sure there's some that we missed. There's a lot of every belt's been redesigned over time, but now we just need to redesign some other ones in WWE, and then I think we'll be happy.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this top 10 belt redesigns of all time. Again, let us know in the comments if there's any you're missed, and what is your favorite belt redesign. We got another video coming your way tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good one. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, share. We want this channel to grow. Please don't be a jabroni. Share it around. We love you all. We'll see you next time.